Dire team ban.
Hello everybody and welcome to the EPICENTER lower bracket final. Once again, we've got Shazam up a game against EnemyGG. I'm Llama Down Under, joined by Modpax. I think we'll be seeing Invoker. No, probably not. What do you think's getting banned out this time? Puck? Do we? Any chance of that?
If we make it to that second, sure. There were a couple.
Dire team ban.
Bounty ban, I like that.
Yeah, that was definitely. You're, they even have the first time, but it looks like that's not something that they're really interested in going for. And I wouldn't be too surprised if I think you might be right with just the Invoker. I think he's one of those solid mid laners that doesn't give away a lot. And unfortunately, it didn't last game clearly,
5
but
seconds remaining.
he had some issues. Puck, there was Bounty Hunter. He got killed by Roche at like the worst possible time. There were certain moments that could turn that around for him, and he didn't really have. I wouldn't write the hero off, and I wanted to go for the OD.
Yeah, I actually think, like you said, it wasn't. What's the right way to put this? It was really well played from Shazam. I think a lot of the trouble being that they got that the business done with the bounty hunter that they needed, and honestly, a lot of that snowballed from the Roche. Imagine if the Roche hadn't gone that way, if they'd managed to sneak it on enemy, that could have been what brought them back into the game, but just so choreographed and they get caught out.
Dire team pick.
Okay, so you're giggling because you're
What are we gonna do? PSJ. Just like this is like it was kind of a joke. Started because I'd watch a couple of their games, and that's exactly what would happen. There'd be like these early Slark and Ursa picks, and they'd end up winning. And they're going for it. All fake. Yeah, the VSJ Ursa.
Unfortunately, generally when you pick your cores this early on, they might have some trouble. Doesn't matter. They've got the Earth Spirit on Shazam. Savage can be a beast with this hero. We'll see if he does it again. Also, I mean, getting the Ursa out and early to make sure it doesn't get banned and so on, but it just feels... What's the right way to say it? I guess it could be underwhelming if picking the Ursa so early. They've already got Invoker, Earth Spirit, 2 heroes that can kite him excellently. You know what next? Just build the rest of them to make sure the Ursa can't ever get up in anyone's face.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean they're serious now. That Earth Spirit pick. Ooh, no more fun.
Time.
No all chat this game. No chat wheel run about until the very end here. Invoker Earth Spirit. This is like the dream start for so many like series of this patch and little meta valleys that we've in and out of. They're not gonna touch up the OD. I agree with that. That away too, like wars right now. In terms of like some intense, like real thought going out from Shazam. So look at the Witch Doctor. Super solid, nice stun early on to work together with the Ursa. Of course, that's a good old-fashioned Death Ward.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty good spell.
And certainly something we'll probably see get off, unlike with the 4CM ult. Could also be time to get rid of something like the Enchantress, since she again could cause problems for the Ursa, although I think maybe they were saying, hey, you pick the Enchantress, feel free, we'll make sure we do have the Ursa. You do it.
See, yeah, they really need like more of that solid lockdown. I like the Batrider going in with like the Ursa. The lasso going forward, kind of that guaranteed kill rate at the start, one of those things they're really good with. Similar with OD, a lot of the same heroes that you pick other than Faceless Void. Same stuff when it's that Ursa. You just want to get those first solid right clicks, burst somebody down. Do your thing on every. So if they want to grab up like maybe a Disruptor or something along those lines. What about NME? Couple disruptors. Oh, they've even done it with an Ursa. Oh, geez, that was the last time they even played. It's been a while. They've been holding this one on lock.
Yeah, I mean,
Dire team ban.
there's something to be said for making sure that you're on heroes you're comfortable with. I'm just not sure.
Radiant team
Well,
ban.
we'll see. Maybe gotta have faith in the Ursa. Chen gonna be banned out, Enchantress done by Shazam. So up next, we'll see probably a couple cores here that EnemyGG don't want to have that Ursa feeling
10
forced to run
seconds
into.
remaining.
See in a second what they decide to get rid of. Actually taking a really long time on their draft. I like that.
Yeah, like EnemyGG are just doing everything they can to secure this for BSJ. Like, it's already the Earth Spirit, which is unfortunate because, you know, you can imagine they'll probably get at least a little bit of focus down there on the Ursa, but getting rid of the Chen, generally considered probably like the best hero, or, well, I guess NMEGG, sorry, get rid of the Chen, but they get rid of the Chen.
10
They have
seconds remaining.
any hero that creep, right, to dive those towers, go after the Ursa or
5
early on,
seconds
and then
remaining.
the Witch Doctor is numero uno. Make sure you're gonna have for that diving Earth Spirit,
Reserve time.
Stalkers that come to play, all that kind of stuff. The Venture also still in the pool, very nice up against the Ursa, because your good old swaps, the repositioning, every little bit it counts up against that bear. He's very like this, on that perfect blink power and everything to really get going.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they banned the lion here. I feel like that's a hero who can just blow things up. And it's really good to see it knocked out. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Either way, it's a control factor gone for the Ursa. And that's something. I'm just... you on this Ursa train? I'm not on the Ursa train.
It's proven to be a pretty strong hero. Teams have taken it really early, I believe. Oh, geez, it's been a while. But back the Chinese teams, I believe, were grabbing it pretty early on too. And the way they consider it, like, Viper's a pretty bad hero, who would be one of the issues with like going for this kind of later phase Ursa. Still does offer you, of course, the Roche run, and I think players have that Roche early. We've kind of moved away from the mentality that some ways that Ursa is like balanced around Roche in a lot of ways. Like, he doesn't have to get the Aegis. You really want the Aegis, but seeing the Ursa do okay when they don't get like that 8-minute Roche, it's just kind of moved into like something you really want to do to help boost up yourself, your whole team, get the early Blink Dagger. But OD and Invoker, this is pretty scary stuff already. Surprised that I thought they'd get rid of the OD, honestly.
Reserve time.
Like,
You thought Shazam or Enemy?
Enemy. I thought they would just ban it. I was kind of like the line with the second ban, just because OD is like mid-game team fights. It's an OD. He's just gonna astral imprisonment you. Like, you're not gonna get an early BKB on an Ursa. So, what are you gonna do? And range only lasts 4 guys, and guess how long astral imprisonment lasts?
Yeah.
It's 4 seconds.
I mean,
Might need like Oracle or something.
that's part of the problem with the Ursa. I worry he'll, especially in this game, be forced to go the BKB pretty dang early. That, unfortunately,
10
not
seconds remaining.
exactly where you want things to be going, but we'll see. First Shazam,
5 seconds
looking like
remaining.
it's a safe lane, OD,
Oh,
so should be
bad.
Dire
fun
team
time.
pick.
And yeah, forced into picking up the Faceless Void. Not 100% sure what they wanted, but at the very least, they do have the Witch Doctor to synergize with it.
Yeah, they had like no draft. Let's see, let's pick 2 cores to go with a Faceless Void. Oh, how about World Devourers? If you're a really good Faceless Void, so Sovereign, no nice Chronos, give a BSJ
10
ideally
seconds
still
remaining.
swing at from the outside, but you just can't give that away. Boker and an
5
OD.
seconds
Maybe they would
remaining.
have just because Ursa's considered like one of the best safe lane
Reserve
Faceless Void, just
time.
because he bursts him down so fast with that slight bit of lockdown from some supporter. Don't give him the time for the time walk. And instead, they'll have to look towards maybe the Darkseer. I would really like with the Earth.
Yeah. I mean, it's great here, right?
10
You
seconds
vacuum
remaining.
into Immediate, into Earth Spirit, drop and magnetize, and then
5
OD's like,
seconds
maybe I'll just Sanity's Eclipse on top.
Radiant
That's
team
good stuff. They're gonna have a Wyvern instead, though. That's another way to get some work done.
You know what's also sick is if you're playing Darkseer and you vacuum the enemies into the Chronosphere. Like it's like back again, a moment where you can kind of get people inside the cogs as a Darkseer, which is always pretty sick too. So I would. They even have the Winter Wyvern to help set stuff up though. So they want to go like they could
10
go for
seconds
the
remaining.
Tide Hunter would be fine. Big Wombo combo, Darkseer, and with only
5
one ban,
seconds
obviously, EnemyGG are going to bite the bullet on one of those 2. Zeus.
Dire team
I really like this. This is someone, if they can win this mid matchup, and it's not great, Zeus, being the Zeus against the Invoker, it's not a lot of fun, but if they can get anything out of this Zeus, just making sure the Faceless Void gets 6, suddenly you've got a lot of damage you can bust into a
10
Chronosphere.
seconds remaining.
Your burst is real on enemy.
5 seconds
Yeah, Zeus is kind of underrated because when you think about the Chronosphere, I'm always like personally in my head it always comes like Death Prophet and Invoker OD because I envision them just sitting outside casually, not stunned up, you know, right click away, throwing in some spells. But oh, look, even the Scarlet Mage. Zeus, he can be focusing other people outside the Chronosphere, he can be focusing people inside the Chronosphere, and that whole time you're working the static field on multiple people. That single target right click or anything like that. So he also doesn't even have to beat. It's always something that's nice. They're NME so we had a big fail, right? The offlaner kind of went to hell for Sovereign, so Faceless Void should have a much better time. He could be way more survivable if he wants to go for that build. Do they feel like they can go for an aggressive hero of their own now? And if so, like, are they too worried that it's going to impact how much BSJ can farm? Is it going to be something like the like an Irontown hero? Alright, they just say screw it. Ban our Darkseer, we'll take a slice.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say they could go like greedy here on Shazam and like 2-1-2 it and just pick the Sven again. Like, it's not. I don't know. I just feel like the world a bit their oyster, but they're gonna go with the slaughter again. Another way to keep stunning up this Ursa. His life is not easy against this lineup. BKB is super necessary.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder what their preference will be. What have they picked lately?
5 seconds remaining.
Really jumping out. Alright, Hyper.
I mean, you gotta do something to make sure that Ursa isn't just getting smacked around here. We'll see, though. EnemyGG heading into this game 2, down 1. Let's see what they can do here. A lot of this, I think, as well, if Enemy can find a way to take over the laning, and someone like Lich can certainly help, they should have a better chance with a Lich of making sure Brax gets nothing out of that Arcane.
Alright, well, let's see if there's anything too crazy coming out here. Doesn't look like it. Outside the realm. I'm kind of sad we didn't see the Darkseer. I feel like we would have been getting a lot of action early on with that Darkseer. Lion Shell's up on your Earth, he's rolling on in down bottom. Could have been some fun times, but...
All reasons, it was a very small ban from Enemy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely the one that I would consider top tier there. And but like Sovereign forced out last time, and with the Darkseer and the Lich, like this lane's gonna be pulled, so it's gonna be some pretty fine dancing from Brax when it's like kind of around this area. So he's gonna go for this ward. Hopefully not be no really TPs to spot it. Won't be blocking any camps and kind of risky though. Like you dodge like. By far the most common one.
30 seconds to battle.
See how long that lasts.
Now on this bottom lane, Flying Zebra needs to get quite a bit of work done. You're not such a great hero for ganking as the Witch Doctor. You know, your smoke ganks, not always the best, do you think? Ian Lich should try to stick in that bottom lane and make stuff happen, maybe stack the jungle or something? I'm just... How do you, like, really make sure you're up to the great start you want your enemy?
Oh, they've gone all in.
Begins.
There's not going to be much rotation coming in. The level 6 that you're looking at here in the mid lane will just be a Zeus, right? So the thing that's really glorious when it comes to rotation, him or like a go call, and that means it all comes down to basically whenever Sovereign wants to make stuff happen. And until then, these a little bit of babysit mid, perhaps, but most going where the pressure is if it's on BSJ.
So we will see in a second how this mid lane shapes up. Taking a look down bottom, they actually just have BSJ down there alone for now. We have a rotation up by Frozen. Maybe just gonna sacrifice some creeps, and Witch Doctor headed back down. But Sovereign really going toe-to-toe with Fun. He can't do that so much. TC coming on in. There's gonna be the roll over Sovereign, time walking it off, and now Frozen is here. They're just gonna give some auto attacks into Savage. Take a bit of harassment there. Not too much excitement.
I don't know if I agree with this. Maybe it's because he just brought up that word. Frozen? Is that what that was? I don't know. This is like why aren't they? Because he doesn't really have anywhere else to go. You know, he's forced to be in this lane, and you have a Lich to help pull it back. Void. Like Lich or no Lich, he's still gonna have a rough time up here.
Oh, roll in again onto Sovereign, forcing out that time walk. Similar things could be said too, right? Why is the Earth Spirit focusing so much on top as opposed to mid, where the Zeus is a significantly easier kill?
Alright, I guess we're just clowning here. That appears to be the plan.
Maybe also just they understand that Brax will get a little bit of experience here, but they're not sure they can kill him. In top though, Frozen getting slowed all the way up. Will they go into tower? He's gonna walk. No, walks out of the Sunstrike. A nice little play there. And will Sovereign be able to get the last hit? Yes, he does. First blood going over the Faceless Void. World's better start.
Yeah,
Or
Sovereign's
enemy.
like actually a god. He made so many plays there. Just they saw him winding up the roll with the ward, so he intercepted the roll to make sure Frozen wouldn't be slowed down, and that's the only reason he was able to live. The whole time he's on that Earth Spirit as he chases down after Frozen, gets himself the first blood. Like, what a
And
player.
level 3. Coming out bright and early from here, while on the bottom lane, you know, Brax also doing fine when it comes to levels, but BSJ doesn't look like his farm is too interrupted. In mid lane, Invoker a little bit ahead, but that's kind of what you expect out of the lane. And Zeus has to be a little bit careful until he sees the Earth Spirit pop up again. Actually, Brax taking a lot of damage there, forced to pop out his salve. Do you actually think they can kill Brax in this lane?
I mean, not with just these heroes, I don't think.
I'm not sure even with 3, right? Brax can just pull back. He's got options.
I'd like to imagine the Lich here down here should just mean like infinite harass from Flying Zebra. And then if he tries to dive in, load and stunned up by like if the here and they were just focusing on that, but instead they've secured a. It has its merit. How like that's going to be the real determining factor when line, and you can't have it as late as last game.
Yeah, I actually think basically what you said. If he can get that level 6, get some early ults out, Slayer should be able to turn those into a kill, no problem. There's going to be a little bit of a contesting of these creeps, but BSJ getting most of them, and Brax unable to find too much here at all. Oh, he will be forced away a little. Meanwhile, there's just, I mean, America's Dota has gone from being a slugfest into kind of everybody sits back and farms all sensibly like, and I don't like it, Marpax.
I don't know. Well, what's up with that? All our games have kind of been a little bit on the slower side, so I guess they must be getting better or something.
Oh, horrible, horrible thing. So
Maybe it's all these
Bounty
Europeans. They're influenced.
Yeah, all the Europeans in NA Dota. We're gonna see an Arcane going up to Slayer. That's gonna be something good for him. He is a little bit behind the Invoker, of course, when it comes to experience, and gonna start falling behind MSS when it comes to farm, who's, I mean, got a lot of different tools at his expense.
I have not been looking at the CS here. The MSS having a pretty good time.
I think that's to be expected from the Invoker. A bit more tools against the Zeus. I think, as you said, the big difference will be, do they do the nice play on Shazam? Oh, I completely missed Slaughter going down in the bottom lane.
He got the level cast caught up in between. Oh, I mean,
Yeah. Thank you for your excellent drawings.
Thank you.
I think for Shazam, you know, with this great start by MSS, you have a nice easy pulse to make sure that your Earth Spirit, whether the ganks land or not, is getting that early level 6, since MSS, once he has the Midas, can pretty much go jungle.
Yeah, I guess. Bring in somebody, you know, get those nice little... Yeah, well, I haven't really talked about their whole game. Go call over there. Brax, one can assume, be usually going for the Tranquils, but by the nature of this lane, I don't know if he's already picked them up, or if he even will. Maybe it'll just be like the straight up treads into the blink, not feeling the pressure.
He has nothing other than the Iron Talon, I believe. He's pretty poor, as Ursa shit talks him a little. I think, Tranquil's fine. Okay, we're gonna have the sun come out onto BSJ. There's a slow as well. Flying Zebra, can he get the coconuts he needs? In range, already propped by BSJ. There's a courier coming in, not gonna deliver anything terribly helpful. And BSJ gonna have to walk it off, but gank, they rotated 3 down here and did not kill anybody. So Shazam, they are not having the start I was expecting, given how dominant they were last game.
Yeah, this is, you know, these defense parts paying off. Witch Doctor able to slow this kind of stuff down. Right when they come in. Got a couple of lucky bounces, but the whole nature of your Witch Doctor there, so. Phase boots. Yeah, picking up that nice little helm of the Iron Will.
Oh, nice stun, stopping them from quite catching up, but BSJ just gonna return to farming now. BSJ obviously, actually goes for the Helm of the Dominator, most likely gonna be what's coming out here. Not the Mask of Madness build that's so popular. Pretty happy that he chose not to do that, but is certainly a little bit different than what's been in vogue for Ursa players.
Yeah, I think it's in part just the guys. It's so good. Like, that long distance damage, you can only enrage for those 4 seconds, and you're just going to be constantly pulsing at bonus damage coming from the Mask of Madness.
Now, speaking of game plans, for Enemy, obviously, you've got to get a lot of work done off the back of these Chronospheres, but you don't actually push towers excellently, you know, with your Zeus and your Faceless Void, who's not really going to be knocking on anyone's door until he gets quite a lot more farmed. How are you getting these objectives down across the map?
Mega farm on your Ursa, I guess, would be the dream. He gets a Roshan, and you're so unfightable. Towers. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try for it. I'm a little bit worried because it does feel like the game plan for Shazam a lot easier when you've got stuff like an Invoker who can be pretty reliable for pushing up, and also even the Wyvern, an excellent pusher. Speaking of, she is only level 3. We've got some really low levels across the board. Pretty standard when we have Romas, but actually Shazam falling behind when it... Oh, they're ahead when it comes to experience, but it's just their supports are under level. Oh, of course, the Invoker is looking pretty.
Yeah. Maybe just the old Lich effect coming in there.
Yeah. Could very much be. We have them giving it a little bit of a go. Oh, goodness, Frozen. He's going to go down to the Sanity's Eclipse and one more auto attack, unable to find himself Sovereign. TC just showing it off the moment he hits that level 7.
I don't know if they were away here, so easily down with just a few right clicks.
Yeah, and it's a really sensible Veil game, right? They have a lot of magical damage coming out of the Earth Spirit. TC will get it at a really reasonable time, and of course gives you a nice bit of armor to deal with some of the physical damage coming out of someone like the Ursa. They're going to be the roll away. Brax also threatening to stun, but I'll not get it. Either way, 3 kills 9 minutes in. Not super exciting. We haven't seen a Zeus ult. This is actually something I was concerned about. Last game, it also felt like Enemy had trouble pushing the game at their own tempo. Hence both the Tidehunter, the Ravage not coming out till very late. Similarly here, no Zeus ult. Does feel like they're maybe not super in control.
Yeah, now speaking of control, that's the next big thing, right? It's got to be the Roshan. I like this early board placed down here. It's a little bit earlier than you'd be wanting to go for the Rosh, but what it means is that they'll be able to tell when them are coming down and prioritizing it instead. Try and scout out some of these like rotations coming forward, maybe here. Even of course this cliff for themselves to be always keep an eye on it. So this board's really solid too, though, because a lot of people will scout up here, Rosh, like maybe down here.
I like it as well because they should be able to spot if anybody places a ward over there, but either way, we have a smoke over here. It's not looking like it's finding anyone. This is finally going to be the play we talked about. They jump forward, they manage to catch up Brax. Slayer, he's got 1 bolt. There's the ult as well, got more arc lightnings, and they will find the pickoff they needed. TC, he's limping forwards, but it's not going to do too much, and while all of that happens, they're in the Roshan pit. Do they know? I didn't quite catch with all that excitement whether Shazam had a good idea of if they're in the Roshan pit, but no time to talk about that in the top lane. MSS using the cold snap, trying to give it a go onto Slayer. Sovereign just standing there. He's like, I'm locking your cooldowns. Let me make sure that we get some off lightning spam off. And MSS actually taking a lot of damage. Rosh does end up going down. Sovereign gonna just have the Ghost Walk escape played on him, and we'll be seeing things go back to normal, but a nice series of plays coming out from Enemy. Now BSJ running forwards. He wants someone's blood. He has a haster, and TC gonna Astral imprison him up. This stun and the death war even committed here, but I'm not sure BSJ can run forward some more. Yeah, they will stop it. Okay, Flying Zebra has to be careful. There is a rock about, and BSJ, you don't want to give away that Aegis for nothing. They are still coming in. Sunstrike. No, it's gonna hit on Flying Zebra. The stun out onto BSJ. Frozen only level 4, trying to help up his ally with the armor, but whether this will be enough. And yeah, we just blew some cooldowns on a Forge Spirit. Anyway, thoughts, smart packs on that series of events?
I mean, Slayer and running interference at the top rune. Solid stuff. No real chance of the kill, but just zoning out the Invoker, guaranteeing that there was no way they're going to be interfering with that Roshan. So, Dream is alive. The entire draft, you yourself an 11-minute Rosh, seems good. How you win games as this hero.
Still having a little bit of trouble getting as much farm maybe as he would like, since Slaughter has come back down. We haven't talked about it, but Brax, of course, is starting to get himself a little bit of lost hits. So his Blink Dagger won't be painfully late, but certainly not as early as you might want. And we still have, like, a bunch of people who do not have their ults yet in this game.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Like, SVG was down bottom for a little while, but...
Okay, really well played there, just destroying fun. And suddenly, against this Zeus, I was thinking the Earth Spirit would actually come sap
Dire's middle tower
mid,
is under
get some
attack.
experience, but it is suddenly not so easy, right? Because Zeus getting a couple of good levels from that engagement. I believe Aether Lens, yeah, is finished up on Slayer.
I had to like look around for a second. Like, okay, this is Zeus. Yeah, all right, we're good. We're good. I was looking at the wrong game here. We're chill. There's no Aether Lens Invoker. Calm down. He's gonna be just fine. So, what about here? Brax. They got that nice little pick off there with that Sunstrike, and he was in the area for that. So, moving up into that Blink Dagger. Maybe then they're setting up for having these level 6s that hopefully should be coming out there for SVG, as well as the Wonder Wyvern. Fun is now starting to soak up the bottom lane.
He's trying. It's not as safe as he would like. Obviously, BSJ can't do too much through that cold embrace, but you still have to be super careful. You never know when you get brought a little bit low, you go to cold embrace, and suddenly Zeus ult from the skies.
Dire's middle tower is under
All
attack.
right.
All of this is happening. Enemy actually managed to get themselves a slight gold and experience lead.
It's time to get active, man. They got this dagger up. The Aegis, he just wants to jump on him. He's going. It's right on fun. Yeah, this works out.
So he's giving it a go into fun, and that's forcing TPs out of the smoked up people. BSJ trying to get rid of that Aegis, but though they canceled their TPs, and now they're giving it a go onto Frozen. This was a 3-man smoke gang. Of course, they should be able to secure this tower as well, but all they got was a Lich.
Alright. BSJ just
Are fortified.
trying to make the action happen, I guess. Trying to probably suspecting it and hoping that no one's gonna be up to show to help out fun, or maybe trying to draw them in there.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Looks like they might be able to trade for this tower. And you can see what we're talking about, though. It is a little bit hard for them to towers.
I mean, they just don't. It's a small thing. Oh, we probably have people not quite getting moted. Zeus actually is the one who ends up going down way out of position. Not quite sure what he was doing there. BSJ is going to jump up now, but too late to save to Zeus. And suddenly on the bottom lane, we have business. Oh, the death ward going. They've killed off Fun, but Flying Zebra at the very least is paying for his sins. Sovereign, no mana to TP. No TP on him. And he should be dead. They might come search for him after they do. Okay, rock kick on through. SVG's got it. He's the search and rescue killer who's gonna help bring death and despair to Sovereign. Actually just gonna 1v1 him. That's not gonna work out for you, SVG. Sovereign moving around, trying to see what he can get done here, but suddenly he has literally no mana. And OD just gonna bring him down.
Alright, well,
Is under attack.
couldn't quite. Gonna have the blink. See if enemy can.
Radiant's bottom tower is
They
under
did not
Radiant's
use their
bottom
free
tower.
glyph. I actually think if they can push this tower, it's a big win for enemy, but they lost their own for free. BSJ no longer has the Aegis, and we've talked about it, but the next stage is probably going to be a lot harder to keep track of. Let's see if they can
Dire's
find
top
themselves
tower
some
has fallen.
fun, but it's not looking like it. The ult is up in 7 seconds. They can definitely... Okay, he is going to heal himself up, and they will not drop that Zeus ult.
Meanwhile, bottom lane.
Okay, Sovereign getting blown up by that Sanity's Eclipse, and now Braxy just doesn't care. He's gonna take a bit of tower damage, whatever, it's fine. No TP rotations other than that coming out from enemy. We do have Lich over there. He has his ult, but with so many units around, it's not gonna be terribly effective. Just dropping the armor on the tower, trying to slow this push. TP rotation coming in from BSJ. Do they have any sort of detection on them? BSJ actually needs to be the one carrying detection. He knows he's standing right on top of an Invoker, but he has none on him.
The hard knock life.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think like probably wouldn't have been long to catch up. And... Well, Sovereign.
And there, we're gonna drop it. I think this is worth it. Zeus, will he even be able to get over in time? They even drop the Lich ulti. SVG finally goes down. A lot of hate for him, but you gotta get what you can get. And again, when we look at the graph, it's now pretty much, it's a bit over to Shazam's side, but
Oh,
again.
TC, he's got... Here, the support pass. MSS is on.
Look at how slowly they push these towers. Brax jumps in, stuns them up. Sovereign, he's about to start losing some in. There's the zap coming out though. They do have Zeus ulti at the ready. It is dropped on out, but TC there with the Veil. Everybody wanting to back on up. Sovereign in a lot of trouble. He wants to jump away. He does get a lot of health back. Slayer's trying to keep all of Shazam at bay, and he will. But look, they had a good 10 seconds on that tower, and it's still not down.
Yeah, that was really solid stuff.
Meant to have this.
Blink, just to ensure that there wasn't going to be a catch potential there, and then he... Really... Factor coming in, so this Blink Dagger should...
Oh.
They are able to slow...
BSJ also blinks away with a little bit from TC, just probably actually saving his life there. Now he has almost 2.3k gold. There he ticks over to it. Saved up. What are you going here next for the bear?
Most... Blade. Seems to be the big old... I don't know how,
I think it's troubling because obviously if he gets the BKB this early, you're gonna have a 5-second BKB at like 30 minutes in, and then you're in trouble again. So I think even if they do win the next series of team fights, you have the trouble again. We just get back to that they can't push towers.
Yeah, it's true. What kind of...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, we've got to jump in onto the Oath Spirit Savage with the silence. He actually kicks BSJ away, so the stun misses from Brax. BSJ will just continue to farm in this bottom lane. Actually, Fun getting a little bit of space to make himself some money, so he's gonna have a Glimmer Cape pretty soon, as long as he doesn't go down again.
Oh, I do love my Cape Winter Wyvern. It's all kinds of little... that the... trying to help set up and... because, like, Brax...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But if you do get that Blink Dagger up, it really helps for getting the big... well... BSJ should... allies.
Yeah, I think... well, enemy have a little bit of work to do. They're falling behind, but we'll see if they can actually get up in people's faces and murder them. Now, BSJ does have the Mithril Hammer. I'm assuming BKB, but he could go for a Deso or something funky here, you know? Maybe surprise us.
It really won't.
Okay, we're gonna have the smoke be completely broken. Sovereign, you just need to drop the ult, but he's unable to. Will he go down? There it is. The Sanity's eclipsed, and they need to scatter. The Lich ult is bouncing on through. Frozen getting blown up by BSJ, killing his allies. He's not even gonna catch this Earth Spirit because of the golden phrase, and suddenly everything's going wrong for enemy, and they will lose the bear as well.
It's, this is what you end up with. Everyone... G... like, you know, Raffle, basically. Just save my ally. Of course, will be the beak. Glory here.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Yeah, hopefully they can get something done because their time, it's getting close. They've managed to hold this one out. It's looked much better than the last game, but there is that slow descent into madness when we look into the graph, and BSJ now in a bad spot, stunned up. There's the Sunstrike. He's blown off the map.
Sad life, man. Just
okay. What do you do? What do you do though if you're enemy, right? You got some smokes on you. You're working on getting yourself up. That BKB coming out on Ursa. You got a Lich who's got a headdress recipe. That's not great. How do you get back into this one?
Well, what's the point of having a Lich and a Witch Doctor if they're not just sitting and camping behind your Ursa? Like, there's just point to draft these heroes if that's not the play. At this point in the game, the entire draft is BSJ does well and is able to execute during team fights, and he needs to be able to be farming under his tower for that to happen.
Oh, we have a Sunstrike that will blow up the Zeus. Even he having trouble here against this global presence. They do manage to TP in Frozen. Oh, he's gonna get jumped though. He didn't walk far enough away. Now Frozen, the auto attacks and the rock kick through. Mojo on an unstoppable streak. Brack's gonna end up running on out. Can they find anything here? Or is it just gonna be more food piling up for Shazam? They're finally working on the mid tower. TC, by the way, while all of this is happening, is just actually getting objectives.
Yeah, he hasn't had to do too much. You know, he's just looking good this 5-0-2. No massive plays, really. No humongous standing clips except for that first one kind of up in the top lane. He's just doing TC things, you know? Backbone.
Yeah. Sovereign gonna manage to jump away before he gets silenced and or stunned. They do still have the Chronosphere. The Zeus is back up. Maybe they can find something here. Also, unfortunately, at this point in the game, we do have to talk about it. The high ground defense will be coming soon out of enemy, and they do have some good stuff there, of course, with the Chronosphere, with all of the Zeus spam. Oh, so okay, TC blinks forward. Gonna catch out Zeus there. Do they have the initiation? Yes, they do. They need a Chronosphere, but there's nothing there. Sovereign smoked around on the sidelines of Flying Zebra, and they will still not find it. There is still 2 minutes on that Aegis, and I fear this may just be the end. Maybe forced. You were gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, how do you...
Yeah.
It's just so key. It's all
Radiant structures
to the wear out. It's just no hope. Not at least for that. They have to wait for the Zeus.
And they'll get their wish. Shazam backing on out. They do still have over a minute and a half to take advantage of this Aegis, and even if they don't get it this time, they're looking pretty, you know? You can let the game go 30 minutes, as long as you just do close it out.
Well, Magnum Step is certainly going to be helping that for MSS. Now he's got the full arsenal at his disposal, and numerous spells should be flying out the next time we get here. Oh, the extra level of the mobility here from Brax. I think Force Staff is just so fun on every hero. Or Tide Hunter, Slider. You know, you feel like a whole new hero. Zipping in and out, these low cooldowns up against the Ursa, who just having to commit. Everyone loving this hero, but 4 seconds, man.
I mean, it's really tough. Obviously, we're hopeful that the BKB will help out, but to be blunt, they picked it early. They got a lot of counters coming out against them, and OD being one of the best, right, at controlling him. Yes, the BKB will also negate a lot of the damage this Ursa will be taking, but Winter's Coast still goes through, so when you apply it on him. So it's not as fantastic. That dominated creep beaten down. They look to be looking for something up in their opponent's jungle. Or maybe just deciding that it's safer to farm up here than in their own woods.
Yeah, I suppose at the very least, if they do win Chris BSJ, he's not going to be murdering anybody.
He will lose a lot of mana here, though. 10 int stolen by the OD. Gotta keep track of that bad. Boys, amount of int stolen.
Wow, even the harassing soundtrack. No manners. Like, even knowing it's not going to kill him, and you're like, you know, we can see, might as well.
And it's going to be a super long rush respawn time, so 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. Arguably something good for enemy, but I'm not sure Shazam need to wait.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's kind of at their discretion. The big items that are coming out here, it's kind of at an awkward point. So's MSS after that Agnum's. Doesn't appear to be anything too.
What do you... I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to be positive. Come on, one of us has to be serious, Mopac. I'm trying to think of how you get back into this one. Obviously, there's overextensions, but what does even that perfect high ground defense look like, right? You've got a Zeus pounding into the Chronosphere along with your Death Ward. If you catch less than 4, you're not doing enough, because there could be an Astral to save someone in the Chronosphere. There could be the rocks kicked on through. Even the construction of the perfect team fight seems difficult.
It all has to lead off with the chrono, and then you run into 2 problems. Like, ideally, you want the Thunder God's Wrath to go off during nearby because you're trying to throw your damage through the static field. But if you don't go for the Zeus ult first, they're just gonna blink away the second then. So I'll skip them out now, but it'll probably have to be just like Thunder God's Wrath. They can't all blink away, and then that immediate blink from Brax and see who he can catch. That's or rather the blink in from Sovereign, so you can catch the fresh blink.
Now, on the upside, as you mentioned, there is the blink coming out for Sovereign. We've got some items starting to come in. Flying Zebra has himself a Ghost Scepter so that he will hopefully be able to avoid some of these physical attacks. We have the full stall from Zeus, and that's really about it, but it's something, and they've got to make the most of this. Shazam all letting up the gas. It looks like they are content to wait for the next Roshan. Maybe they'll push the tier 2 top? But other than that, they're not reaching for that high ground unless they find a pickup here. Oh no, Rock Kick gonna go through onto BSJ. He is stunned up, silenced, and blown up the Chronosphere. But where's the follow-up damage? There it is, finally the Death Ward, but immediately stopped by the Winter's Toss. And Sovereign, he just has to lift away, gonna try to time walk out. It looks like Flying Zebra will be able to save himself momentarily. But Sovereign, he is going, no, time walks back all of that damage. Flying Zebra still not dead on the sideline. BSJ has fought back, but it's Flying Zebra somehow still not dead. BSJ with that long up BKB coming out. MSS, all of their cooldowns locked in. BSJ trying to go on someone, but the Astral Imprisonment comes up. Brax so low, and finally all of this Arc Lightning spam is real, doing work. MSS does go down. Wicked 6th Streak going over to him. Sovereign chasing down Fun. They've got the zaps. He has a Glimmer Cape, but they don't care. Cooldown blocked, and he is brought down. Finally, something going right for Enemy.
Yeah, that's pretty worth buyback. Jacking up the rest of his team. Obviously, he loses, but make some sacrifices here, and kind of see when you do use the Chronosphere on Jay, or rather, when you do use the your first initial initiations here, like Brax coming in as well as the Earth Spirit on BSJ, and then you do Witch Doctor, you run into a few problems, and that seemed like the first time that Slayer was just left alone. You know, they actually kept dying so early in a lot of these fights, and that was with the God's Wrath too.
Dire's middle tower.
Really nice play there coming out from Enemy, and as we were saying, we didn't know what they needed, but obviously mistakes from Shazam, blown their loads just on that support hero, and then not expecting the BSJ buyback, gonna be a problem. So we'll see if they can make it back in. I don't like the whole Blink Dagger Zeus problems.
Just because, do they have? Yeah, they don't have any veil. That's kind of interesting.
I mean, it's good. What's the right way to say this? I think it would have been a good item if they weren't already being high grounded, if that makes sense. The enemies are coming to you. Your positioning is, of course, key in Dota, but in Slayer's case, there was a lot of aggression coming right towards him already. And as you said, Veil to maximize some of the damage output, although it doesn't synergize great with other people.
I think the way that Blink does work in some of these scenarios, the chase that they were able to get in that last fight was pretty insane. That kind of understand why the Blink's so crucial.
And oof, okay then, we've got some signs of life, but oh wow, that was a huge dip. I saw the graph, but actually brings them almost 6k swing, probably 5k when it settles down. Well, we haven't talked too much about Brax. He's already got the Blink Dagger and the Force Staff. That's kind of all the Slaughter needs. He, of course, can start building up something like an AC. Or do you think there's a better item for, hey, we're sieging high ground soon?
Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, with that, what about... Yeah, he's got that already. I
Yeah,
like
right.
there too. It seems good. Yeah.
He's like kind of already got. Let's be honest. When you're an offlane slaughter and you've already got the blink and the force stuff, you're kind of done. Like
Yeah.
more items are certainly nice, but utility wise, you've got a lot going on there.
Actually, Solar Crest would be kind of fun just because of BSJ. I mean, just further like more hell would be.
Oh,
BSJ.
and speaking of his life being hell, guess who gets to break the smoke? The winner is BSJ. No buyback this time. Chronosphere, but Sovereign taking a lot of damage. The Lich ulti is going to bounce on over. They've already lost 2, though. And now the Lich ulti just killing off creeps finally. And Frozen going for the TP away. We'll get Astral and stomped on. Flying Zebra trying to just walk it off. But the rock kick on through does manage to hit him. And he is going to most likely fall as well. Lich dies in from the Astral. And goodbye, Flying Zebra. And with this Shazam, Creepwave in a good position to push this bottom lane.
Yeah, and 50 seconds for Ursa, so they're just gonna go right for the Roshan. Not gonna leave any of this game chance. And bring this one down here. So, what now? 70 seconds till the Chronosphere, you know, yada yada yada, same old song and dance. The benefit, BSJ did not waste it. So, still gonna have no.
Actually, really important, right? There's a lot of other things used to kite him. If he can't be Astral, if he can't be beaten down by the OD, silenced up by the Earth Spirit, or just repositioned in general, having to deal with all of that pain in the arse business from the Earth Spirit. Something.
Look at Brax, getting all greedy with the cheese.
I think it makes actually a lot of sense, right? For him, since he has that such a short stun. Speaking of short stuns, he's gonna maybe get blown up. Eats the cheese quickly there. BSJ is gonna be Astral. He has that BKB, and TC blew his really early as well. This could actually be the makings of a fight for Enemy. They're gonna be very careful about going uphill, but BSJ, he gets the BKB off, he jumps over the tornado. There's gonna be a lot of monologues, and suddenly Slayer, he can't do anything. Solo Winter's Curse there. The OD very low, of course, in front of their eyes, but does have that Aegis. There's the rollback in, Magnetized, Deafening Blast coming on through, and this spelling the beginning of the end. BSJ 4-star forwards, but they have lost 3, and now TC coming in with the auto attack. There are no buybacks here. We're gonna be seeing the stun out onto Flying Zebra. The Rack's feeling almost inevitable here. They're actually going for Flying Zebra, and the GGs are called.
Do you want to? So. Oh, popping that. That's just. Just said. So. Pretty similar to. Yeah, lady. Bag up that early Aegis, of course, for Earth. That went better than I think people might have expected. How early you had the Ursa, you knew that they'd be thinking about it, but some quick plays in the mid lane